exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing? It is Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. I'm glad y'all showed up. I'm glad because our Blue Dot family meetings are special, baby. I appreciate y'all being here. Erin Trombley. Erin Trombley was the first one to jump in. You know who she is? That's who Erin is. Erin was first to jump in and say howdy all. She is running for town council up in Monroe, New York. So if you can chump a few dollars into that actblue.com account right there to help Erin get along. Anyway, Erin, I'm glad you're here. Raylene Allen has came in. Jan Beats is with us. Thank you. Dwayne Twizzle. Hey, Twizzle, how you doing? Richard Phillips is here. Raylene Allen, thank you. Dorothy Tyndall and Gene Shanky. Jess Coggins is here. Jorge Tirebiter. Hey, Jorge, how the hell are you? I hope you're doing well. Tell Nan I said hello if she's not sitting right there next to you. I love you, brother. I'm glad to see your name pop up in there. Teresa Rojas, mi amiga up in Chicago. And yes, he did. That was that big thumbs up you see when your little comment came by. Our president spoke from the heart, and indeed, we will get to that in just a minute. Anyway, Tracy Tobias is here. She just pulled outside of city limits, I swear. I think she's almost here now. Keith Thompson, my buddy up in Minnesota. Thank you for being here, brother. Mega Wet Willie is with us. Charles Stokel, all the way from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Donald Ware is here. Karen Cormier is here, and I had a delightful little chat with Karen on the phone. She's concerned about us, and I thank you for that, Karen. Thank you for the phone call, baby. I appreciate it. Suvan 50 is here. BW Rashid Tarihi, I hope I said that right, is here, and we're glad you are. Let me see who else is here. Michael Leach is here. Robin Lyons. Oh, did I say that? Michael Falbister is here. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. Teresa, I'm just going here. Tracy Tobias. Michael James is here. Alpha Dog 510. Thank you, buddy. You're in good company here. We got you. Seraphin Coley. Thank you for being here. Linda Calabro. Thank you, darling. I'm glad to see you with us. Iris Giselle. I was looking for, anyway, let me jump on down here. I know David Robertson is out there. Blue Dot Dusty, I seen your hair color, baby, looking good. Yes, what was that? Anyway, let me catch up here. And Mary Humphreys, all the way from West Virginia. Thank you for being with us. Well, Ida came through, baby. Ida came through and left a lot of devastation. And the greater New Orleans area is going to be out of power for a long time. So there's going to be a lot of suffering going on for a while down there. Any of our Blue Dots, I know they can't hear me now. Just if you play this later or whatever, try to check in on social media and let people know you're okay. And reach out if you need something. We'll do our best to try to get that message along. Yes, I know what it's like, especially in New Orleans. I went there right after Katrina. it is going to be hell for anybody there. There will be no power. There will be no gas stations. There will be no grocery stores. There won't be a pharmacy around. There won't be squat around that's going to be open for a while. And anyway, keep them in your hearts, baby. Those out in the West suffering from wildfires, those suffering floods up in New England and Tennessee. There's disasters all the time right here that we need to handle and take care of our people. On the comment from Teresa Rojas, my amiga, yes, Joe Biden gave a speech today. I didn't get to see it live, but I came home, pulled up the video, and sat down and watched it. I'm proud of him. I am proud of him. He didn't make excuses. He didn't pull something out of his ass. He spoke to the American people, and indeed, Teresa, he spoke from the heart. And he said many things that I'm so glad he did. This was prearranged by the last guy, Donnie the Dick. And I'm glad that Joe Biden pointed out just who Donnie pardoned out of that prison. Let him go. These were top Taliban fighters, ISIS people. These are the cream of the crop of the Taliban. We had them in prison. Donnie let them out, and those who were what took that country over in the 11 days it took. Oh, all the material we left behind. That was supposed to be used by the Afghan army. Oh, that's right. They didn't hang around. They left. And Joe Biden was stuck with a turd of a deal. But he didn't make excuses. He didn't blame everybody else. He set the date, and he stuck by it. And we are no longer in Afghanistan. There are still people there we need to get out. In the effort to get them out, as a matter of fact, the Taliban are now demanding that our diplomats return. We need your diplomats back here. Come back here. What's the matter? Having a little hard time with the country, running, how to do things, how to do what to do? We're not going to give up on getting people out. There will be ways that will be done. And he said as much today. I'm also proud of him for just one word that he uttered. And I'm proud to be one, as are many. And that is what we ask the 1% of our country to do. All these armchair generals and barstool admirals screaming about how we should go back in. We should have stayed fighting. Our soldiers were killed right there at the gate. How can we leave? I think there was like 64 deaths under the evil turd, and these people didn't scream for him to step down or resign. Normally, when we are attacked, we bind together. We don't blame the president for the attack, but that's what the Republicans are doing, because they have no integrity and no honor left among thieves, I guess. But I am proud of his speech. I'm proud that he stood up and took responsibility. Remember that time Donnie was asked if he took responsibility? I can't even remember what it was about. But I remember the reporter asking him, do you take any responsibility for this, Mr. President? No. Donnie never took responsibility for anything. Unless it was something good somebody else did. Then he'd find some way to work his butt right into it. Donnie would just stand up there and talk about how glorious he was and how nobody could do what Donnie did. Well, guess what, Donnie? Biden did what you couldn't do, what you were too frightened to do, even with the sour-ass deal that you made with the Taliban. You and Mike Pompeo. Joe Biden stuck by his guns, and we're out, and I'm thankful that we are. It's the first time in a long time America's not at war right now. How long that will last, I don't know. We got enough problems in this country to deal with. devastation of natural disasters, and our own infrastructure crumbling. There's things we need to fix at home. We need to get to it. Anyway, the Texas legislature has now signed the voter restriction bill and sent the bill up to Governor Abbott. He's going to sign it, no doubt, if he ain't already done so. It was just noticed. I'm sure he rushed right into his office to sign the shit out of it. That's how come it's a national effort. The For the People Act and the the John Lewis Voting Rights Act need to be passed just because of the bullshit that's going on here in Texas, what went on in Georgia, the new Jim Crow laws that they're trying to come up with, try to deny people the right to vote. That fight is ours, baby, and we need to win it. Anyway, been a beautiful day down here in South Texas, and I hope it has been a beautiful day for you. Anyway, who do we got in the room? I gotta look. David, are you in the room?
Good day, John. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, brother. How about you? How's your day?
Day's okay. Not too
Good.
bad. No complaints.
There you
Got
go.
a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on. I'm glad you're here to visit, brother.
Gotta talk to you after the show about something, too.
Okay. All right. Something clandestine?
Something amorphous, not fully developed yet.
Oh, okay. We'll talk later. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, David. Let's bring in Ben. Ben Solo.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Ben. How about you?
I'm enjoying the nice cool weather up here today.
Oh, what's the temperature up there? 98?
72.
72. Kiss my butt. Really? In Kansas
We had
City?
a cold front.
Really?
We had a cold front come through this morning.
Yeah, well, shove that shit down here. It was hot down here today. You can turn back the fan back on now and start blowing it down this way. So get a little air conditioning down here. Ben, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming in and joining us. And
Welcome.
that's Jeremy. Jeremy, should have recognized by the emblem. Jeremy, how are you?
John, the incident you're thinking of was a month into Trump's administration. He chose to activate a mission on the Horn of Africa to rescue some prisoners, something from a Taliban-type group, and he sent in the SEALs. 4 of them died because they went in under moonlight when they liked the cover of darkness. Obama had a chance to do this. He did not do it because he was told it was risky. When Trump was asked about it, he said, no, it was not my decision. The generals made that decision. He would not claim deaths on his count.
We had 64, I think it was, deaths in Afghanistan. Not a one of them his fault. Not one of them he stand up and say that he bore responsibility for their ultimate sacrifice. And indeed, the commander-in-chief does. He has the responsibility of every individual out there.
And I think they said there was something like, was it 38, maybe 40 transfers of bodies from people during his administration. And he went and saw, I think, maybe 2 of them tops. And one of them he got really mad because it was the Gold Star father, I can't think of their name, the Indian family. He would not shake Trump's hand. From then on out, he besmirched the man and talked bad about his whole family.
Well, I'm glad to have a president in office now who shows dignity and doesn't try to make everything about him, because it's not. It's about us.
Well, he knows the real cost of war.
Yep. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Anyway, Jeremy, thank you for coming in. Let's bring in Sparky Dunk.
How you doing, John? I gotta give a shout out to Bernadette. My air is getting a little cleaner.
Your air is getting a little cleaner. I hope Bernadette's is too. I hope so.
Well, she posted a picture yesterday of how clear the air was over on the coast.
And you got.
And I said, send me some of that air. So she posted. She's blowing it over to me.
Good. Then good. Thank you, Bernadette, for sharing your clean air with Sparky. I'm sure he appreciates it.
I said it's a little bit cleaner. It's still slightly smoky.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy. Yeah.
But the big news about the fires is the Caldor fire down by Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's threatening communities there in southern Lake Tahoe still.
Yeah, if you've never been there before, we cross the California state line right where the casinos are, but then everything on the California side is where a whole bunch of rich people own homes and stuff.
Well, and they built log cabins, which basically are tinder.
Yeah, that's not going to be pretty.
My rich cousin has a second home on Lake Tahoe that he built years back.
Yeah, I seen Michael James posted something in main discussion on Sunday that the Dixie Fire is getting close to him.
The fires out west, they've been consuming, this is months, a slow-moving disaster. You know, a hurricane comes in, it's going to leave that devastation, and it's going to be big news for a few days. Believe me, in a week, there are going to be people still suffering down there, and the news it's going to fade.
I heard in Louisiana that their places are going to have power out for a month because of it.
Yes, yeah. The big transmission lines feeding the city came down, the big ones across the river. It's going to take a while to get that stuff repaired. That's part of our infrastructure that we keep talking about. We should fix that one of these days.
There'll be hundreds of IBW linemen coming in from all over the country to...
Yes, they will. Spark, and thank you for saying that. Yes, because the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, that's all these people that you see rushing into the disaster areas. You'll see them on highways all across the United States. They're in convoys heading for this area. That's a hell of an accomplishment, and those people should be praised, every one of them. And they will be leaving their families for weeks on end.
Utilities have like a mutual aid tax.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes.
I heard on my local news today we have a new average for daily COVID-19 vaccinations.
Yes, we're going up.
We're now averaging 900,000 new vaccinations a day.
Outstanding. And on that note, Curtis Wood donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "Why are we negotiating the efficacy of masks on the backs of our children?" Outstanding, Curtis Wood. Did you all see the video of the little mask flare up down there in where was it, Lee County, Florida? A little fight going on outside over masks. Really? Yeah, that's where we are.
I saw the father stripping to prove the point.
Yeah, guy out of Texas. I love the guy.
Made a good point.
Yes, he did. What do I need these pants for? Yeah.
In my state, we had people scream at school board meetings, threaten a head doctor with his life, and then chase the board members as they left the building because of masks.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
You see the guy in Southern California had a list, holding up a list of the names and addresses of the school board members.
Yeah, he doxed them all.
Threatened to remove them by force.
Is that where we are? I did not catch who it was. I heard passing on the news, the next story coming up is so-and-so insinuating the need for a civil war. Really? I didn't catch who it was.
That was Cawthorn.
Cawthorn.
That's you know, the stolen valor guy.
Oh,
he's
where's he
young
at?
man, but he's in a wheelchair. He's from one of the Carolinas.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking. Oh, he's the guy.
He did the brilliant thing of saying, we're calling for bloodshed while holding some automatic rifle, talking to this group.
Freaking wonderful.
And when challenged on it, his people came back, and I can't believe they said this, John. They actually said, he meant peaceable protest when he said bloodshed.
Peaceful protest?
Again, those two things are not the same.
No, you wouldn't use those two words, those two separate items to describe one incident. No. But and there are plenty of people, plenty of jackasses out there that walk around saying the same thing. Now, would they do something? 99.8% of them? No. It's that 0.2% that we have to worry about, the real jackos that would, really do harm to somebody.
We saw the damage of what about 5,000 to 6,000 can do.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
Yes, it's an oxymoron. What do we, this all, we could dance around what we do, but this is all as a result of 4 years of that asshole being in office, and this is the country we have because of it. And those that continue to do that through the Republican Party, still trying to divide this country. To what end? A divided country?
By doing so, the minority can hold power over the majority. That's people that are doing the power grabs.
Yes.
That's what their goal is.
Yeah.
Right-wing media probably profit and fleecing these poor suckers. And the people like your neighbor guy there.
Yeah.
He's just
contribute all the time.
Yeah, he's just a sociopath that gets warped and twisted.
That's who I'm talking about. Those people that have just taken it to a drastic degree. People that would go harm their fellow Americans in the name of civil war. We're gonna bring back freedom to America. No, you're trying to take somebody else's freedoms away. Is what you're doing. They're a warped sense of patriotism. They have forgotten what patriotism means.
They've substituted nationalism for patriotism.
Yes, this is my right, my freedom, my, me. It's not e pluribus unum to these people. It's all about what they are entitled to.
Remember, these were the exact same people that were just saying that if you dishonor the flag, you dishonor the soldiers. If you dishonor the flag, you dishonor the president, and equating that with the president, who are now attacking the president and attacking soldiers.
Yeah. Believe me.
Didn't take long.
My wife is, poor thing, we got family still hangs on that are posting shit. Bad mouthing Biden because we're pulling out and only a coward would do this. Are you shitting me? The biggest coward you ever saw in your life got defeated in the last election.
You mean Donnie Bone Spurs?
Donnie Bone Spurs, baby. Yeah, and they call him a patriot. Oh, he hugged the flag. He hugged the flag.
He humped the flag. Yeah. It's gross.
One of them put one time, I'll stand with the president who gave up his wealth for my family, rather than the president who gave up my family for his wealth. Really? Because who is that? I'd like to know who that was that gave up your family for his wealth. That
doesn't even make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I think that's clever.
Especially after the last guy fleeced this country and is continuing to do so. A billionaire still charges his Secret Service rent for the room they're staying in to protect his ass. He's a grifter. Any way he could squeeze a dime out of any, and his kids and his whole family are the same way. Just a bunch of money grubbers.
Speaking of a grifter, did you see what Kevin McCarthy got busted for today?
Oh, please, pray tell me. It was something, I don't know.
Kevin McCarthy and his family have apparently collected over $7 million of benefits and money from claiming to be Native American. Seems to me that the Republicans were just recently critical of some Democrat that they claimed did that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I can't remember who
they
it was.
had some nickname.
Elizabeth Warren. Yes, that's right.
Donnie called her Pocahontas
all the time.
Made me want to punch him every time he said it.
Oh, but this is Donnie. Whatever Donnie says.
And here's McCarthy's family down there. McCarthy, the well-known Native American name McCarthy.
Oh, of course.
From the Wisconsin tribe of McCarthys.
Yeah. That migrated here from, Southern Ireland over to America way before any of the other Native Americans.
Anyway, they may have to pay that back.
Wouldn't that be nice? I'd like to see some of these assholes have to pay back some of the grift that they've gotten over the years. Are you shitting me? If anybody knows how to pull a little bit of money out of the government, it's a congressman or a senator. They're the ones doing it. Let me thank Diana Mallory, who came in with $5 and said, high school in my granddaughter's school district closed due to students out with COVID. Columbus, Ohio. Thank you, Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong and Secret Scrolls. We appreciate it. Yes. Down here, they're closing schools because the infection rate is getting too damn high. And they're trying to save students' lives, but then we got, people in Tennessee or Florida or others ignorant states that protest en masse because of freedom. Anyway, Tim Torkelson came in with $5 and said the war is finally over. The troops are coming home. Let us learn our painful lesson. to leave other nations alone, teach peace, learn love, and fuck Trump. Well said, Tim Torkelson. Well said. If only we could do that. If we could stop going to war, and how about let's fix our infrastructure? How about let's make our infrastructure more modern? Yes.
Every time someone posts a video of this, my rights, my mask, blah, blah, blah. I think whatever platform is should require to replace it with the background of Miss Piggy saying me over all the audio.
Yep.
The whole video.
It's all about me, my freedom, my rights. Yeah, no, it is. It's discussing this little fight down in Florida, the one we saw up in Tennessee. It's happening a lot in our country. And just what kind of a message are we sending our kids right there? That your kids are watching you on TV, making an ass out of yourself on some bullshit made up my body, my right kind of bullshit, which, by the way, won't work with the abortion issue. Oh, no, that's a different thing there. Yeah. I saw a list of all the vaccinations. I can't remember them all because, there was polio, there was measles, there was a lot of diseases in the years that the vaccine came along. It is only until now.
Smallpox scars.
Yes, smallpox. Yes, we all got them. Yeah, it was an effort by our nation to eradicate a disease, and people were behind it. People got in line, and those who didn't do it voluntarily went to school and got it there. It doesn't matter. It was a world that accepted it.
They're trying to change that now, John, scarily enough. I'm seeing people posting videos saying, did you care if I got my polio shot? Did you care if I got my measles? I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Posting that stuff, even though they needed all to go to school. They're all, 50 or younger saying this, and they all needed those shots regardless of what they did.
And you know why they don't have to worry about getting them? It's because we've all been vaccinated for it. The ignorance, yes, it's come up now. Now is the time they're all going to step forward and say, wait a minute, I don't trust this vaccine. And while at the same time running down to the feed store to get some horse deworming pills, pop them in there because, freedom. It's ignorance at its biggest display.
Speaking of the horse deworming pills,
yes,
I saw a tweet from some person that said, how many diapers am I supposed to wear after taking them? So I thought, that's a gotta be shitting me moment.
Oh, that is, yeah. Are you shitting me? You back here for more Depends? And pills, they just really knocking the shit out of me. Literally.
They're spreading some new BS about it, too, saying the reason that it's not working for people, right, is because they're swallowing it. You're supposed to rub it in your armpits.
Is that, see?
And it's craziness.
You're doing it wrong. Take the stuff and rub it in your armpits. Wait, did you read the instructions? Come on now, people. Get with your shit. There is nothing like the ignorance. You have to ask yourself how many people did try drinking bleach, or how many people did literally try to put a light up their butt,
there was
or
stats
down their throat.
Poison Control had stats out in the bleach and disinfectants and cleaners. There was a
sizable amount of people that did that. And you have to wonder to yourself, really, you're that stupid, or are you just that blind that you would follow a moron over a cliff? And
Donnie of all people, Donald Trump of all people. Yeah. I still can't get over that. I'm sorry. He's been a sleaze and a con man forever.
For his whole life. He's done nothing else but be a sleaze man and a con man all his life. But he was on The Apprentice. He was the star of The Apprentice. Ooh.
And not just these simple compounds. They're looking at other chemicals like fish cleaner. Oh, that's in there. I can drink that too.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. Yep. COVID kills stupidity. That's what it does. Diana Mallory bequeathed her the gong, came back with another $5 and said, don't get too excited about the soldiers coming home. It ain't over. I know someone who just deployed to Iran. Ooh. Thank you, Diana Mallory. I hope we're not sending anybody to Iran, because that might be where the next freaking war is going to be. And that's what we got to watch out for in my book, because the warmongers, those in the defense contracting businesses, they want a war. They want a war, baby. That war is good for business, makes money. You see all that equipment we left over there? Yeah, all that's got to be replaced. We want new ones.
These are the same people that made money off of opioids. These are the same people that make money off misery around the world. We got to wing them away from this, profit of misery.
Well, they're wanting our
for
diplomats back
profit
'cause
prisons.
Yeah, well, we need to take care of that here in this country, big time. For-profit prisons. Ain't a single prison should be run by a damn private corporation. No, you should be federalized or state sworn in by a state authority. That way they can be held account. Right now it is. It's as long as it's held by private prisons, it's a money-making business. And the more money you make depends on how many prisoners you have in your prison.
Which makes it inherently immoral right there.
Right there.
You cannot have that. There's certain things you can't put a profit motive on because it makes it inherently immoral. Education, prisons, healthcare.
Yes, healthcare should not be a for-profit business. Well, the doctor got to make a living. Sure. He'll make a living.
Doctors aren't the one fleecing the public.
No.
It's above doctors.
To me, it's all the insurance companies. Whenever we talk about healthcare, I just remind people, you think if you've got insurance, and I do, if you think of your insurance payment, and then you go look up the CEO pay of your insurance company, look him up, find out how many millions a year he's getting, and you figure out how many payments from how many insured have to be gathered just to pay his salary. Not to pay doctors or hospitals or your medical needs. No, just to pay his salary, and then start kicking in. Well, you got the chief financial officer, the executive secretary of this, the blah 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 blah. You keep working that down the system, and then they'll get to the part where they'll start paying for the health care part. We do not have health care. We have profit care. We take care of the profit. We make sure that everybody down the line is making money. And you don't have to look any farther than the drug prices in this country. We're all aware, and we all see the stories all the time on the news about how much more we spend on medications in this country compared to other nations around the world. And even on the most basic medicines like insulin, that this country tries to make huge profit on people. And at times it can cost them their life.
And I love the way they dupe people. They tell them, your taxes are going to go up $50 to $100 a month to pay for your Medicare.
Yeah.
Not mentioning that you won't have to pay insurance that's between $500 and $2,000 a month.
Yeah. Your copay will be $700 right here. Just pull that up. No.
For the time I'm insulin dependent, John, and my insurance company about 6 months ago sent me a letter saying, from now on, we're only going to cover this much insulin a month.
Boy, how do you?
Yeah, isn't that fun?
I get back with them,
that's...
and I ream them out because I have a really good plan. I said, listen, you realize insulin is life and death for people, and the fact that you're trying to make it so I have to pretty much ration what I use is fucking wickedly evil. And I said, that old prescription was fine for 3 years, and suddenly you want me to do something else. They changed it after I bitched for about an hour because I raised holy hell over it, but they did change it back.
They got a commercial running now, Big Pharma does. This sweet little lady sitting there talking about her medicine is expensive and sometimes it's hard to get, but I don't want the government deciding what medicines I can take. Kiss my ass. The government is not going to decide what that your doctor decides what medicine you're going to take. Medicare is going to find out how much you pay for that. And you're already starting to commercial out with, well, I know it's hard. Sometimes I have to choose between, the medicine and my dog food that I eat every day. That's what you're asking these people to do. There's one commercial on there. Some guy's got Parkinson's disease. My brother had Parkinson's. One of his prescriptions, $2,000 a month. Prescriptions don't work if you can't afford them. It's that simple. And that happens every day in this country. I swear I am so lucky when I go to the pharmacy. Because I have a federal employees plan. My bill's going to be $2 or $5. I don't give a shit what medicine is going to come across that table. The person in front of me who's getting charged that $400, $300, two. Are you shitting me? I wouldn't have that in my pocket. And why is it that I can have that? Because the federal government negotiated those prices. The Federal Employees Health Benefit System. Because there's power in numbers. But there's power in profit. And that profit is what props up a whole lot of congressmen and senators. Tried to delay a bill, water down a bill, not let something go through. Battle on you don't want big government taking over your health care. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Other nations around the world have done it. Hell, look at Social Security. That plan works pretty good. It's run by the government. Which, by the way, it's now come out that, I don't know, who was it reported it? I don't know. I think it was the Washington Post came out with a story that right now Social Security will run out of money by 2034. 2034, they're going to run out of money and not be able to pay benefits. Think we ain't got
that
shit
can
in this
easily
country?
be fixed.
Yes, that can be fixed. For one, keep Congress's ass out of fucking Social Security. Let me thank Diana Mallory, who came in with another $5. Baby, be careful. My margarita bad. She meant Iraq, not Iran. Thank goodness. I don't want to hear anybody going back to Iraq either, but I don't want nobody going to Iran.
Really quick, let's make sure we bring in Tony Boyd to the conversation.
Hey, Tony.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing fine, brother. How's the cooking going?
It's going great. Great. I didn't cook last night. I went to Arby's.
You went to Arby's? Are you shitting
I
me?
didn't feel like cooking. No, it was raining like a bat out of hell here yesterday.
Uh-oh.
And I said, no,
I ain't
it ain't
cooking.
happening. I ain't
Going to
cooking.
Arby's.
No.
They got the meat.
Yeah, with the Arby's
What?
Well, they got this new sub sandwich. It ain't a sub sandwich. It looks like a piece of bread with some meat thrown and some cheese on it. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So I'm not impressed at all.
I know what you mean, because a lot of places advertise, well, come in and get one of our po' boys. No, baby, I'm from South Louisiana. If you show me something on a bun, that's not a po' boy. I'm sorry. Get out of here with that.
I hear you.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm doing good. Everything, we had a nice day here. It's not raining and it's about 80 degrees here. My son came and cut the grass. He told me that I had ghetto grass. And I
Ghetto
said, what the
grass.
hell are you talking about?
What-
Yeah, he said, that shit grow. It ain't rained here in 2 weeks. He said it was 12 inches tall. Yeah. He said it grows when it don't even rain.
It's storing it all
I'm taking
underneath.
some
It's in the shade. That's
Yeah.
why.
He said he's coming back later this week to cut it down to 2 inches, and he's gonna bring some black plastic bags so he can take some home, put it in his backyard. He said because with his dogs out there, he just got mud.
Oh, hell. Yeah.
Oh
Ain't
shit!
nothing like a
It's
good
funny.
muddy dog. Oh, yeah. Look at
Yeah,
you.
it's
Been happy,
funny,
huh?
but-
Been having fun?
Yeah,
Good.
yep. Everything's doing fine here. Oh, what y'all was talking about just a little bit ago
Huh?
about the these people in the medicine. You know, I agree with you that the government should pay what they think we pay taxes for.
Yeah. Well,
You know, that's the
Yeah.
whole point.
for defense of our
We
country.
pay tax.
Yeah.
Well, we pay taxes to try to take care of the people too. And I mean, I'm like you. I'm on a good medical plan and everything, and I understand people are getting ripped off.
Yeah.
But like you said, get these rich people out of the pockets. That's what we all,
Yeah.
worked for all them years. Pay for it to have
Yeah,
medical.
if your healthcare CEO is making, I don't know, $100 million a year, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think he's worth that much? No. Not really.
John, I would argue that our health of our country is part of the defense of our country.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
I
Look what
agree.
happened during this pandemic. Look how many Americans have died during this. You
I
know,
agree.
we,
Did y'all
we
hear?
don't, we
did y'all
don't
hear
scream
about-
near enough about the hundreds of thousands that have died in this pandemic
Well-
as we have other deaths around the world.
Did y'all hear about the new variant you're talking about?
I did hear a
Seen it
story
last
over in South Africa, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the name of it? I didn't catch the name of it.
I think it was C12. They called it something like that.
Wonderful.
It's happening in South Africa.
I saw the story. I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline that there was a new variant in South Africa, and it was bad. Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. That's what we get when we don't get vaccinations. It mutates. It keeps going. And if
Yep.
it keeps going, we're going to really have some bad
Well,
trouble.
John, they said they don't know how deadly C12 is, but they said C12 spreads faster than any other variant out there. They said it spread. Matter of fact,
That's what they said about the Delta variant. So if
they
it's
said
faster
it
than the
spreads
Delta,
so fast.
you know,
They said the thing that it spreads so fast that somebody gets coughs on you with it, you can have it within 5 minutes.
Timothy in the chat just said vaccine-resistant variant in South Africa. That's what we worry about. One that's
Vaccine-resistant?
Yeah, it's resistant to the vaccine. You got a vaccine, doesn't give a shit. It means you have
And
to
that
come
one
up
will
with
spawn
another
new
vaccine.
variants.
Yes, that would spawn more variants.
Yep, because it'll spread fast and spread around with all other people, and we'll have new variants from it.
So what? So
Right about that.
where do we go with this? When a good portion, not a majority, of our own country refuse to do the right thing, refuse to do the one thing that is patriotic and for the good of our society, for the good of our country.
I heard some good news on that.
What? Tell me some good news, please.
Back in March, the percentage of the country, when surveyed, that said that they were against the vaccine, totally would never vaccine, was around 34%, 35%. The most recent poll has got that down to the low 20s. So we have made a little ground.
Well, good.
It's
That's good
still
news.
bad. It's still
It's still bad.
chunk of stupid that we have to deal with.
But yes, vaccination rates are going up. You know,
And vaccination
because they're getting scared. Now,
Are we making grounds, or did 10% die?
yeah,
Well, no, that's right. It's not that yet, but yeah, it is people having
it
personal
is.
tragedy.
When you have veterans dying waiting for a hospital bed, something's not working right here.
Waiting for a gallbladder surgery, which,
Gallbladder.
God damn it, that's supposed to be standard
Gallbladder.
operating procedure.
SOP. Just go right in there, get it done, and get out. It's what we do all the time. But if there aren't any hospital beds, if there isn't an operating room with a doctor ready to do the surgery, your ass is going to die.
Yeah, and you know
Thanks
what
to
pisses me off?
those that will not get a fucking shot.
And you know what pisses me off, John, is now we're seeing all these damn kids in the ICU. I'm like, really?
Yes, we're seeing younger and younger all the time. All across down here in the South, they talk about the rate of children getting the infection. Are you shitting me? And you still go at the school board meeting and protest the mask? Really? I'm sorry. I'd love my kid more than that. I kind of like them. They, want them to come home every day. I like seeing them, talking to them. I want to promote them to be good citizens, to care about their neighbors. Anyway.
You heard about the anti-vax mask dude died, didn't you?
3 of the
And
right-wing
another
Radio Nut Job Society anti-maxers have died.
We got a couple on ventilators unresponsive too.
Right-wing,
Oh.
right-wing.
Wisconsin representative, not a federal representative, but Wisconsin state government.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Travis said it earlier. I want to have sympathy for their family. It is hard for me to have sympathy if you're an anti-vaxxer and you come down with COVID and you're in bad shape. My first thought
The only person they were hurting was
you've been debating.
the only
this.
person they were hurting was themselves.
And
I
those
kind of could
around
have
them.
sympathy.
Yeah.
They don't. They hurt other people,
Other people around them.
and that erases my sympathy at this point.
For the
Don't
other
forget
people.
Kyle Rittenhouse's lawyer. He's on a
Oops.
ventilator too, dying.
Okay,
By this time, we should have had this under control. We should be talking about the last vestiges of the disease in some corner of our country. Excuse me. But we're not. We're not.
it was funny back when it was the bird flu, which they wanted to throw up and as defense for COVID, as the great tragedy of Obama. We did get it under control. We got it under control fast.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Have a national vaccine for it because they got it under control fast. Funny how this one didn't quite
Didn't
work out
quite
that
work
way.
out that way. Hey, even when
Who
the
was in
last
charge
guy
again?
left the playbook, here's what you do, boss. Look here. You're
Yeah,
the new
you know
president.
what?
Here's the book. But it
Yeah,
came from a
speaking of
black
that,
man. Huh?
Right. Speaking of that, David, under Bush, it was SARS-1 and swine flu that we had under control. And under Obama, it was the one that you said, and Ebola, that we got under control.
Yeah, I got to give Bush credit for that, or at least his people who was in charge. He gave him a good playbook. Yeah. I don't give him credit for much, but yeah, they did have a good plan in charge. This is one of the things that cracked me about Trump. He didn't just throw away Obama's plan. This was not Obama's plan. This was a plan we developed over several decades.
Yes. This was not a partisan document. This is not a partisan plan. Well, this is what we're going to do to the Republicans, and this is what we're going to do to the Democrats. No. It was a plan to face a pandemic. And Donnie boy, anything Obama touched, Donnie didn't want anything to do with it. Just because of the name. Just because of who Obama was. Not judged on the benefits or the pros or cons of anything. Based on it was from the black guy. It was from the black guy.
And let's admit it, Donnie didn't bring the best people with him to put in charge of these organizations.
He did not bring the best people.
He brought how many chowderheads went through?
The bottom of the barrel with every one of them. And those that were dignified, who tried to step up to help cradle the little child, ended up getting Trump shit on them. Ended up getting involved in a... Yeah. Ed Beatty Jr. just came in with $5 and said, "Oh, if there's a God." See, this is where I test it. You want to prove to me if there's a God up there? Anyway, Ed Beatty Jr. said, Alex Jones will be the next to get the COVID. Well, if there's a God from your mouth to his ears, I'll base it on that. Yeah, there's a guy that I just could not find sympathy for if he got it. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's hard to have sympathy for somebody who's doing it to themselves and doing it to others on the basis of either pure stupidity or some delusional reasoning of a patriotic duty to freedom, which I use that word quite often because that's what they base everything on. It's my freedom. Yeah, what'd you get for it? Huh?
Alex had the vaccine. We all know he did. He's just a conspiracy nut. Of course he took the vaccine.
Yeah, he went to court and told him. He went to court and told him, I don't believe all these things, Judge. I'm just an actor putting on a play. I don't really believe Sandy Hook was a fraud, but I just, fuck off, asshole. I do. I think every Texan ought to be able to wake up every morning, go to Alex Jones' house and say good morning. Next. We should all be able to do that.
I agree with you.
That guy he's really disgusting.
He is.
Yes, and he made a lot of money.
What amazes me, guys. Yeah. What amazes me, guys, is yesterday I went to Kroger's to do grocery shopping, and me and my brother, and we're in our 60s and 70s. We walk into the store, and you could hear the announcement over the intercom where the manager is saying everybody have to wear a mask, right, in the store. Right. There were still dumbass people in there running without none.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm walking around looking at this shit, and I had mine on, he had his on. We've had our shots, And I told my brother, I said, I don't give a shit what these other people are doing. It ain't my job to go up and tell them nothing, but they ain't gonna be coughing and puking they shit on me.
Yeah.
Because if they get it on me, there's gonna be a fight.
Exactly. It is. I go to the store up here, and there are people in there with masks, and there are people in there without masks. There's no sign on the door that says that you have to wear one. It is up to local businesses, and it is left up to the customer. And I wear mine. Tyler and I went to HEB today. There were lots of people walking around without a mask, but there was more people walking around with a mask. And I always think to myself that I've been vaccinated. I could go without my mask, but I think it's the right thing to do, and I think it sets a good example that we can't do this by ourselves. We need everybody's help. We need you to stand up, be a good citizen, and do what the CDC and all the health agencies recommend that you do. They recommend that you don't shove a light bulb up your ass. You follow that advice, basically. Some of you, most of you do. There's might be a few that still try. But to me, it's a personal. I don't want to. It's a
John,
personal satisfaction of doing the right thing, of being a good citizen. You know, it ain't about your ass. It's about all of us. It's a we thing, not an I thing. Yeah, you were gonna say?
but John, how people? I don't know. People done got really dumb a lot. Not all of us, but a lot of them done got really dumb because if somebody tells you to go to the feed store and take a fucking medicine like for worms for horses and stuff, you're gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
For COVID, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Do you go
'Cause
in
I
there
know-
with
I got
chest
a
pains and go,
store.
"Hey, what do you got for a heart attack in here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
See,
feed,
I,
I,
go
I
ahead.
got a
Go ahead,
feed,
Sparky. Down.
feed store story.
What?
It's called "Just Got Back from Tractor Supply."
Yeah.
The nice girl at the desk asked if she could help me find anything. I asked if they had any of those feed bags you put over a horse's head.
Right.
She said, "Oh yes, the Easy Feeder." I said, "Yep.
Easy.
I just read on the internet that they work great to prevent COVID."
Just put that over. You. Yep.
Oh,
She
Yeah,
looked.
go.
She looked down for about 3 seconds and then came up laughing.
Wait, she's probably going to recommend it to the next customer. You know, one of my customers came in and said they put that over their head to keep from getting the COVID. He said it works. Said he'd been wearing the bag over his head for a week and he ain't got the COVID. So, anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, Sparky Dunk and everybody, I worked for a company for 30-some years, and what we made was antibiotics for chickens, hogs, cows,
There you go.
and for the domestic animals by the time I retired. And if you worked in those buildings where they did that shit, you had to suit up completely because that shit would kill your ass.
Boy, howdy shit.
People don't realize that. Yeah.
Sure, they got
I
a lot
mean,
got a lot of chemicals in that process
Yeah.
that each
Yes.
one in your lungs or veins.
Yes.
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 Yeah, Tony,
Well,
for a
years
long
ago-
time I worked with, everything, respirator, face shield,
Mhm.
rubber apron, big rubber gloves, rubber boots. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole, you come out sweating
That's
it's
Well,
terrible.
that's what I was
It's
telling
rough.
people. Asked me, they used to call it the pill plant. And I started out there in 1978, and I said pill plant because we used to do human products, okay,
Right.
on the north side of the plant, and animal products on the south side. And the
Boy.
FDA wondered how we separated
Yeah,
to keep
makes-
it cross-contaminating. We
Yeah.
had a big space between those areas.
Right.
Well, people said, well, y'all make pills up here. I said, we don't make pills up here. We make the bulk product.
Right.
What do you mean? I said, you get in penicillin and stuff like that, they only put a pinhead, that drug, into a capsule or a pill.
Right.
Rest of it's fillers.
Filler.
I said, you try to steal a 55-gallon fiber drum of that shit, and you go snort it, that shit will kill you right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's look at your prescription bottle, the amount of percentage of the product that is the active ingredient in there. It's a very small part of
Telling you.
whatever it is that you're taking. The rest of it is just
Yeah.
put in there to make it big enough for you to recognize it and swallow it. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
I had to go to classes and everything over all this, and then before I left, we started doing our own waste treatment. Okay, and they built a ship plant. Is what it's called up there. And my department was utilities. We ran the whole plant, and they took us a class, and the guy was teaching us all this, talking about, oh, it's so safe. I said, bullshit. I said, don't
Yeah.
tell me working around shit is not safe.
Yeah.
He's gonna talk about, well, the solids come out in this machine, and then you take these little plastic bags and you gotta load it in there, and that's sausage. I said, the only sausage I know, if it's deer sausage
Yeah,
or
yeah,
beef sausage, I
yeah.
said, or
Boudin,
chicken sausage. Otherwise,
yeah.
it's a turd.
yeah, it's a turd. That's what it is. Yeah, it must have been quite an experience working in something like that.
Yeah, it was. But I made, like I said,
Hey.
I enjoyed it. I don't miss it, but I made good money.
Think
and
of how many
everything,
different jobs that we have represented within this Blue Dot family. How many different experiences in life that people have had in this family. Every one of us has walked down a different path, and believe me, I've had some doozies of jobs. But every job I've had, I've tried to learn a little from. That's the way I've always looked at it. Anyway, David Billings came in with a $5 donation and said, please, everyone give the show a thumbs up below. It gets the word of this show spread further. David, thank you very much. I appreciate that tremendously, brother. Indeed, if you have not yet hit the like button, please reach down there and hit it. It does mean a lot. It counts on our numbers. It gives greater visibility to our channel. And it makes those other assholes who I know down over there that got the thumbs down button. Yeah, I know who they are. We'll look at there. And David Billings just came back in with another $5 and said, we're over 50% of listeners giving a thumbs up, but I'd like to see 10 times the thumbs up as those thumbs. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, brother. Yes, Travis reminds me, or tasks me all the time, Dad, you should tell him to hit the like button.
It's hard to remember, John.
It is. You get into conversation, my mind's not on the like button. But indeed, David Billings, thank you for putting it out because it does. It means a lot. 68 likes so far and 11 dislikes. Ooh, the whole family's watching.
Yeah, the cousin's coming in.
Yeah, everybody. And yet we haven't brought up that subject at all. And I'd like to leave it right there. So, what do you do? What do you do?
Want us to stay quiet on the subject?
Yeah.
I might have been posting a few comments.
No, that's all right. I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. The videos that we had have been put out online and separate. If you haven't seen them yet, they're on my YouTube channel.
Seen and shared.
There's more coming.
They go take a peek.
Good.
Well, we're just waiting.
No, just needed to take a break from all the bullshit for a day. Don't worry.
It was a nice, quiet day, so we'd like it to stay that way.
Yeah.
That's what we'd like to have, just a quiet, freaking neighborhood.
I mean, but they know that.
They do know that. They knew that before. Anyway, back to the rat killing. What are we going to do? That's how come I say every day, you try to be the best person you can, the best citizen you can. Not that we're going to be perfect. None of us are perfect. We're all going to have
one thing we can do.
What?
We can support a blue dot running for office.
Yeah, we sure can. We can indeed. And greetings from Moru, New York. Aaron Trombley is running for town council there. Y'all know this now. There's her Facebook. Go by there and see her. Go by there and give her a follow. And there is her official Act Blue account. So if you can, please go over there and donate. And that's she's showing the way, baby. I love the graphics. I really like that. She did a good job on that. Really
In that
good.
same spirit, we can start getting geared up for 2022. It's time to start getting that energy going.
Yes. And Aaron Trombley is a good way to start that.
She's a beacon for us,
She is. She's shining away. She's saying this is what you could do. You can run for office. And if you're not running, support somebody who is. That's the way we do this. She says she's
Californians
running.
Californians, get your ballots in. No on the recall.
Yes.
Find out what Democrats run against Republicans so we can start support Aaron Trombley. There's a lot of things we can do. There's a lot of they talk about saving ammo. This is our ammo.
Yeah. This is our ammo. We need to get everybody out to vote. Everybody that we can. 2022 is so important. Catman56, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis, came in with $5 and said to Dakota Chisholm, a very large Blue Dot family has the Roberta Bo's family's back. And indeed they do. Had lots of offers. Anyway, thank you, Catman. Appreciate it. Hoorah and Semper Fi, my friend. Semper Fi. Another one of the 1% that Biden was talking about. We're a small group, but we're a proud group. And I don't want anybody to think that makes anybody better than anybody else. Every citizen, whether you're a veteran and been through things that you will never get over, or a nurse in an ER room here in the United States, or one of hundreds and hundreds of other jobs that are critical, that don't get the acclaim, that don't get the spotlight or anything. but that make our country run and make everything run. There are so many that sacrifice for the betterment of this society. A simple mask is the least you could do, the very least. A little stick with a needle. Really? That's even easier than the mask thing. Anyway, thank you, Catman. Appreciate it, brother. We are a good family, I like to think, and we have a lot of good people in this family. And that's what we try to preach, is to treat your neighbor well. Treat your fellow man well. Don't put an asterisk next to their name. Don't determine their worth by whether the color of their skin is light or dark, what religion they are, or who they love, or who they are. It ain't you. So we like to think that everybody, you know, it's like that paper says, we the people. That's everybody. That's us. And we need to treat every one of us the same. And we're still working on it. So, David Billings, we the people, indeed. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. But that's not the way it is now. Out of many, 3/4 and 0.25. Yeah, we're trying. But this has been coming for a long time. It has. Anyway, it's time for a wrecking, and it's time for a, I don't know if it were a religious organization, it'd be say time for revival in this country. We need that, a revival of what it means to be a patriot, what it means to be a good citizen. We need to reinstill that in our children, because that's what's going to bring our country forward.
A revival of what it means to be equal under the law.
Yeah. Just like our founding fathers meant, just like it's written in the documents. Just the way it's written. We can't change who we are. The reason the Taliban took over Afghanistan is because they're not American. Americans are bound by an unseen thread that runs through all of us. On 9/11, it came out. I hope it's still there. I hope the thread hasn't been broken or frayed. I really do. I worry so much about what that man has done to this house, to our house. What that disgusting slimeball con man did to this country, and how long is it going to take to fix it? Those are big questions in my mind. What?
You know what I figured out, John?
What's that?
I think I know why. I figured out why they keep changing the date of Trump's reinstatement and all that.
Why?
They're trying to confuse us because they figure, oh, well, if we know when they're going to attack again, we'll be ready for them. They're trying to catch us off guard.
Who's trying to catch us off guard?
The ones that are saying that there's going to be another insurrection. That's why they keep pushing it back. First it was going to be August, now September, now October, now January 1st.
Yeah, they're working on a plan. It'll be ready in about 2 weeks. Don't worry. They'll sign it.
They've gotten savvy too. They're not chatting as much on social media. They've hidden their sites better, and they've gone to phone to phone call.
Yeah.
They're still doing it, but they've gotten a lot more savvy.
The percentage of people doing that shit is very small. Very small. Dangerous? Yes. Very dangerous? You bet your ass. Because there are knowledgeable people, there are veterans that have experience. Oath keepers who are misled. People like that who think they're doing a patriotic duty when indeed they're treasonists. They're fighting their own country. And all these, I've said it for, you look back on my videos when I first started, these militia, these gangs of people that get together in the pretense of we're going to defend our nation. No, they're planning to shoot their neighbors. And that's a scary thought. So if something like that, it's going to be like any other mass shooting that we had in our country. There'd be some idiots with guns trying to kill people.
There are people who have chosen to follow a man who said that veterans who died and soldiers who died are suckers and losers. And also is on record of looking at General Kelly, those truly unknown soldiers, saying, "I don't get it. I don't know why people serve the country or join the army."
I can't wrap my head around that.
I can't either, because I am. When Joe Biden said the words "one percenters," the 1%, to me that means something. And it means a lot to a lot of guys and women. A lot of people who have served this country in uniform make up 1% of the population. And we were so quick to send them into harm's way. So quick to say, let's get in there. We shouldn't pull out of Afghanistan. We should send in more troops. Really? Where's your ass? Get your ass up in the front of the line. That's what pisses me off. We ask so much of them, and they do it. They do it with honor. It was good that Joe Biden went to the dignified transfer. They demean him for that. You're right. Earlier, Donnie didn't go to those. Not all of them. He went to a few. Wanted a press shot. Look at me hugging the flag. Look at me holding my hand over my heart. It's a bumper sticker to him. Doesn't mean shit to him. It's just a photo op.
I looked it up because I felt bad earlier. The last one he went to was the one with the Khan family, and they're the family that would not shake his hand, and he talked bad about them for the next 3.5 fucking years.
Yeah, he pointed them out. Yeah, he stood up. Yeah, Donnie accused what's wrong with his wife? She's not allowed to speak. You ignorant bastard, you. And that's exactly what Trump was. He was an ignorant bastard. And it's easy to get ignorant other. Anyway, Michael Johnson came in with $5 and said, I picked 2 35-pound watermelons. Who has the vodka? Fuck Trump. That's what it says right there. I just have to read what's on there. Totally agree with the sentiment and the idea. Anyway, Timothy came in and donated $10 through Super Chat. Timothy, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. We appreciate every donation. It really does help pay the bills, baby. And we appreciate it. Anyway, at Grim Survival. Ooh, badass name. Anyway, that distracted me. On with the rat killing. What else is going on? COVID rise. Taliban. The American Taliban. That's who they want to be. The groups that we were just talking about. They'd be plumb happy walking around with go. By the way, tomorrow, because Texas. Tomorrow here in Texas is the open carry. No permit required. You want to pack a gun, just put it on your hip. Walk about. It's okay. Me and Tyler saw one in HEB today. Got a day early jump. He wants to be the first one on the block. Walking around, a nice big pistol strapped to his hip over here in open view. That's the law here in Texas tomorrow. You want to pack iron? Pack iron. Next thing you know, we're going to have shootouts at high noon in the streets. Just like the good old days. You know, make America great again. Ain't that some shit? Y'all there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And the reason I say yes, it is because just for you come on tonight, I just renewed my personal carry permit because my old one was getting so bad. My son come in and he got his guns that he left here doing his vacation. And he put his pistol on. I said, "What are you doing?" "I'm legal." So, "Oh, you are?" He said, "Yeah." He showed me his card, and they put it on like a hard card now, like credit card.
Right.
I said, "Well, hell," I said, "I'd like to have one of them." He said, "Get on the computer." He said, "Get on the computer and go to the Indiana State Police site and everything, put all your stuff in." He said, "They'll send you a new one." And I went on there, and yeah, I filled it all out and everything. It only cost like $20, and I got a lifetime permit anyway.
Wow.
And, you know, what I look at is I respect guns.
Oh, I'm
people
a gun
that
owner.
own guns. But the people stupid people shouldn't have guns. But I don't agree with your law down there where anybody can have a gun.
No,
that's bad news.
It's not only that, is they're promoting it. You know, and by doing so, how many people are just going to yeah, that's me. I'm going to strap my gun on. And I'm going to go everywhere with my gun on my hip. And really, what could possibly go wrong in that situation? Road rage incidents, they'll take on a whole new thing. It's a shootout, baby. You know, it seems like sometimes we just want to go backwards. That's what the voting laws that passed today, that the Texas legislation ran up to the governor today, is going backwards. We're going to try to make.
Well, they also put up a pretty restrictive anti-abortion law too.
Yes, they did. Heartbeat.
Yep, that's wrong too.
Yeah. Wow. What happened to my body, my choice? Well, no, not for you, just for us.
Right.
Yeah, that's where that shit comes in. Anyway, that's the way it's our society. We got to fix this shit. Got to fix this shit. There's so much that we need to address that is you know.
Yeah. John, when is that other law in your state going to effect where they're going to take critical race theory out of books?
Oh, that debate is continuing on right now. As a matter of fact, when you said that, I was thinking of Tracy Porter on Robin Kincaid's show. That's what we was talking about, critical race. I need to reach out to her and call her on the phone again to talk in depth more about that. Critical race theory has become a buzzword for the right. You know, it's a good way of acting like a racist while trying to not be a racist. You know, it's ridiculous. Most of them don't understand what the hell it is, and it's just about making the white man feel bad about being a white man.
Yeah, I mean, our future generations, they need to learn the truth about this country so they don't make the same mistakes that our previous generations did. And them trying to take them out of our school textbooks is not good.
Well, they prefer to have their history, you know, a little more cheerful than the truth.
Show me where critical race theory is in any textbook in any school.
It isn't.
It's not studied at college, but you don't get it below college.
It's studied at college, but only when you're seeking like a master's degree. This is the highest theory. I mean, not, you know, it's not Einstein's theory, or Newton's gravity. This is a very complex issue. I don't completely understand it, but I have a basic understanding of what it is concerning. Where we are now. How did we get to where we are now? And what caused the disparity, like between the wealth of American white people and the wealth of American black families? There's a big disparity in there. How did that happen? You can't just go by, well, we don't know and shit, we don't care. No, we have to care. We have to care. It's not about holding you up as a white man and going, you've done evil things. That's not who we are as an individual person, most of us. Most of us. But realizing the disparities of what a system, and I, like I say, I don't know. This is what I understand about it. In one of the easiest ways I was looking at it was through the agricultural system. How white farmers were treated versus black farmers for generations and generations. That impacted that disparity that we see today. And when you're seeking a master's degree in something, in business, and you are going to be making major decisions within a corporation that are going to affect a vast number of very diverse people, maybe I want you to be a little smart about shit. If you're changing the oil on my car, I just don't want you to be a racist. All right? You know, and don't fall into to acting like something is racist because it's being taught. You know, history in this country, what is it, the old saying, the victors write the history. The winners write the history. And not all of it is accurate. It is only later on in life that we go back and look. And we have people that are determined to investigate something and find it out that may have happened 100 years ago, but we're going to find out about it. I like having those kind of people around. Anyway, yeah. It right now it's just turned into a buzzword to try to scare white people, to try to give them something to holler about, you know, like face masks, you know. whatever.
There are the names, folks.
Huh?
This is the time to put those thumbs up to 100.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, don't forget.
Yes.
Those are the names indeed of the people that support us on our Patreon. And I truly appreciate that. That's a once a month donation. It can be anywhere from $1 to anything that you make it. And it does. And it comes in once a month, and that's enough that's to pay a bill. That's a couple of bills right there. And those that donate a la carte, those that come in tonight that you saw, Google holds those for a month. So we don't get that right now. But that is how we pay the bills. Everything that take, this is my job. So yeah, everything that life it throws at you, this show helps pay for. And we appreciate it tremendously.
Hey, John, does
yes.
anybody have any idea when the investigation committee is going to reconvene? Is it going to start tomorrow again?
I believe the answer to that is not soon enough. Okay. I want them up every day.
Not till after Labor Day.
Yeah, not until after the Labor Day holiday, I'm sure. But I was glad to see them send out the letters for asking corporations and government entities to save their documents, and we want to know who was talking to who and what was said. Part of an investigation. It's what they do, and I can't wait to get into the meat and bones of this. The war is ended, so the Republicans are going to try to keep the story going as long as they can about the audacity of Biden pulling out and leaving this person or that person behind. I'm glad that.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the Taliban walking around the airport?
Yeah, I did. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did. Yeah. They were walking around. I'm thinking they're probably all thinking, "Oh, we got us an airport. Now what do we do?" They're already They're already demanding that our diplomats return. They want the diplomats back. They need help. They don't know what the hell they're going to do with a country. Economically, socially, all that stuff. Well, they do socially. Just walk around with a stick and beat anybody that you don't like. That's basically that.
I saw that no commercial airliner in the world can get insured to fly into Kabul.
No, they're not going to have any carriers for a while. Anything that's going to have to come in and out of there is probably going to be arranged by some government with an understanding with the Taliban, I'm guessing. Why do you think they want
need somebody to come in and work the airport?
Yeah, they don't have anybody to control the air traffic. It's not like, okay, come down, airplane. It just doesn't work that way. Yes,
and you know what,
they don't have the technical people to do the job.
Yeah. I mean, it's their problem now. But I was thinking, now that we're pulling out, what's the Taliban going to do when ISIS decides to come attack them?
Fight or die. Because they will.
Yeah,
they're going to. There's going to be a fight within Afghanistan between the Taliban and the ISIS, and I don't know, maybe Al Qaeda will try to come back, or maybe they'll form a new club. Who knows?
There's also already some warlords.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it's
going after them.
Yeah, there are some that are fighting against the Taliban, especially up, I think, in the north part of Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken, that are already fighting against the Taliban. There are Afghanis that don't want that. Same place the Northern Alliance
came out of.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, see, our blue dots are informed here, baby. Let me catch up real quick. Catman56, my buddy Keith came back with $3 and said, Dakota Chisholm, 3 fingers, $3. The first finger down, the middle finger up, the last finger down. Get it? I think you got the message there, Keith. Hoorah, my friend, hoorah. A lot of veterans in this group. Anyway, Lisa Alexander came in with $5 and said, continue the good fight. Indeed, that's what this is. In my mind, and I hope in yours, it is the good fight. It is a fight to return our country to normalcy, to work for the greater good of our society, to try to look at the big picture of what we're doing and try to stay informed. That's the good fight, baby. And it's generational. We're not gonna accomplish it in my lifetime. I won't see the things I'd like to see. I doubt any of us will. I doubt the grandson that you just had born probably will not see the changes that need to be seen in this country. But let's hope it's a whole lot better than what we got now, which wouldn't take a whole lot of effort to return a lot of them back to sanity and remind them that it's not a person that you follow. It's a document, baby. It's a piece of paper that we put our faith in. And so continue the good fight. Try to get people to vote. Try to be the best person you are every day. Try to be the best neighbor you can be, the best citizen that you can try to be. Just try to do the right thing. If we all did that, if all of us did that, what a wonderful world it would be. But men are not angels. So we still have work to do.
Yep.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight and being a part of this show and being a part of this fight, the good fight. Because it is. And I'm proud of all of you for being here. David, thank you so much, brother. We always enjoy the conversation when you come in, and we enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right. And Spark, our buddy out west.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I was just checking.
Shout out to the men and women of the United States Air Force for a job well done.
Outstanding job. Over 120,000 people evacuated. That's a pretty damn good job. And I'm impressed. Spark, hoorah. Hoorah, my friend. Thank you for being who you are. A 1%er. Anyway, Tony Boyd, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
Outstanding.
Appreciate it too.
Outstanding.
Had a good time.
You bet. Good show tonight. And Ben Stroud, thank you very much, brother. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome, and I want to say something to our troops.
What?
And all of our veterans. We will protect this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And all of you, I am in debt to all of you for making the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Indeed, we all are. We all owe a great debt of debt to those that have given the last full measure. But we owe it to every one of them that come home. We support the troops, and I say it all the time, it's a bumper sticker. I wish we did more than just put it on a bumper sticker. You know, Joe Biden mentioned today that 18 service members commit suicide every day. 18 veterans take their own lives on a daily basis. Every day.
That's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. Because the wounds aren't always those that can be seen. I say it a lot of times. A lot of times. That when you see a veteran, there are people standing around him that you won't see. And there are names in his head that you won't know. But they'll live with him forever. Or her. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. And indeed, like Ben said, we want to thank the U.S. military and those that supported them, those Afghanis that supported them. Thank you all. And thank God you're out of there. And I ain't even a religious guy, and I'm thanking him. Try to go a pretty good ways with me. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you to our Blue Dot family on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this family. And mañana is Wednesday. Me and Clyde will be here, give our opinion for the day. And then we'll be back here on Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So please come by and join us. Go on Discord. Go to bluedotintexas.com. You can find the instructions on how to get on Discord. Come by and join the conversation. We'd love to have you. And every day, try to do the best, be the best person you can be. Put a smile in your heart and try to put a smile on somebody else's face. It'll make your day go by better and theirs too. So anyway, wear your mask, get the shot, stay the hell away from it, use your hand sanitizer, all that kind of stuff, and take care of yourself. And that's it. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. And thank you very much. Wait a minute. Before we go, I just saw something flash by, and I don't want to let that go by. Somebody just made a donation. It just rolled by my screen. If we wait just a second, it should pop up right on that screen. And this is where the Jeopardy music comes in. Down, 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 down. Anyway, there it is. See there, Maria Betancourt just came in with $5. Said GOP candidate is a big threat to Newsom. Yes, the Larry Elder, is that his name? He is a threat. If you're out there and it's not over yet. So if you have not put your ballot in out there in California, get your ass busy. We need you. Vote no on the recall, and leave Devin Newsom to do his business, do his work, what the people hired him to do, and don't let him run him out for some, I don't know, right-wing nut job radio show host. Anyway, thank you, Maria Betancourt, and thank you all to those who donate and those who support us through Patreon. We appreciate it tremendously. We love you for it. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later.